What is going on, guys? We have some breaking news from Storm Bowling. We have 3 new bowling balls that have been announced. This is my initial reaction. These balls got announced at 10 a.m. Central Time. Today is what, November 1st? It's currently 11:30, and I'm getting my first initial reactions. I haven't looked much into the bowling balls. I talked to a few people about them already before everything got dropped, but that's about it. So we're going to get into what these all look like. I'm pretty excited for a lot of these. This is one of the better storm drops of the last couple releases, and there's 3 bowling balls. This is the most they've dropped in a little bit, which is surprising. Usually it's been 1 to 2 over the last couple months, but we have 3, and we have a couple we have a global ball and a Roto ball included also. It seems like a lot of storm stuff has been dropped, you know, Ion Pro, Ion Max. Let's see, what are some other new ones? Ascent was a new one. AI, of course, was a new one. Oh, there's a new one. But we have every brand dropping some stuff. So let's get right into it. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy our content, but let's get into it. We're going to start with the Storm Ball. We have the Road Warrior. This is arguably going to be on my list for best looking bowling balls of 2024. This colorway is gorgeous. Oh my God. Sapphire and steel is beautiful. So, what is the Road Warrior? Get ready to conquer the lanes with the Road Warrior, the next evolution in Storm's Road series. So, this is a Pearl version of the original Road. It has R2S Deep Pearl. Now, what is R2S Deep Pearl? It's really just slightly beefier R2S Pearl, but it's different because the Road, if I remember right, let me check to be sure, but I'm 98% positive that the original Road had, drum roll please, yes, it had REX, right? It was REX. Let's check quick. Where does it say it? FE squared, versatility, okay. It is very hard to see. R2S with NEX, yes, REX. So REX is a super strong and early cover stock. R2S Deep is super weak. So this ball is a remake of the High Road Pearl. That is what you need to know about it. This is the High Road Pearl, reimagined, reintroduced to the world, better colorway. I like the High Road Pearl colorway. I like this one a lot better though. So let's get into a little bit deeper tech looking into, see what it does. Now, we have AI Core again. What does AI Core do? It makes hitting power a little bit better, but the main reason that we have it is so that the 14-pound, 15-pound, and 16-pound versions of a bowling ball all have nearly identical specs. This is super important for this High Road Core. Original High Road, if we could ever find it, let's check it out on this one. While we're here, we got the time, we're here, we're vibing. Let's check out the original High Road. Original High Road, look at these specs. All right. So go check out my core video if you haven't to know what all these numbers mean. But 15-pound version, we have a 2.57 RG, 046 differential. That is very weak. That means a very weak core. Let's go over to 16 pounds, 2.52 RG, 0.058 differential. This is an insanely strong core then. 14 pounds, absurdly weak core. So it gets stronger and stronger by bunches as you go up from 14 to 15 to 16. So a 16-pound High Road is actually like a medium sharp to almost strong sharp ball, but the 15-pound version is a weak and sharp bowling ball. It's crazy the difference. So AI technology, what it does is it makes all of these numbers identical. The 255 RG, 045 differential, they are identical from 14, 15, and 16 pounds, which is great to see. That is awesome. We love that. We have Power Edge on the new bowling ball. We have Power Edge on every shiny ball from Storm from now on. Not the older ones. Those are still going to have React-A-Gloss, but anything new coming out from the AI onward is going to have Power Edge. Now, Power Edge, there's still a lot of reviews going out. Overall, the general consensus is it is a lot better than the React-A-Gloss, which is great. Medium high flare potential, that's a little sus. I would strongly disagree with that. Symmetrical weight block, of course, and then R2S Deep Pearl cover stock. So we have that inverted FE2 core. This is the core that's been in every road ball ever, pretty much. We have the High Road Pearl, High Road Max, High Road Nano, Road. We had all the roads before that. They all have the same core, this very weak FE2 core. And then R2S Deep Pearl is interesting. Now, I did not look up what R2S Deep Pearl has been on, but while we're here, R2S Deep Pearl cover stock. you ever want to know what cover stocks have been on what bowling balls, there's this awesome site, bowl.com, that has everything. Not bowl.com as in USB-C, bowl.com. But let's look. We have not many bowling balls actually had R2S Deep. This is R2S Pearl, though. We need R2S Deep. There it is, R2S Deep Pearl. We have the Road Warrior already added. Oh, this has never been used stateside. That's interesting. All of these bowling balls are overseas. The IQ Super G, that ball sounds awesome. High Road Punch, that's sweet. Marvel Thrill and a Crux Crystal. Okay, so this is basically just the High Road Punch, which is a international release. That is good to know. What was R2S Deep used on? I believe we had R2S Deep on something. Absolute. The Absolute had the hybrid version of this cover stock. That ball was very hit or miss for a lot of people. I think that's pretty much everything. Storm added this awesome little like bar to show flare potential, ball shape, all this jazz, which is super cool. I'm going to leave this on a screen for a minute. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see it. And we're going to talk about the bowling ball a little bit more. So Road Warrior is basically just the High Road Pearl. Long story short, that's all you need to know. This is going to be a really good weak and sharp option because Storm does not have many weak and sharp options right now. This is great to see from them. They are really filling in the gaps in their lineup, which is a good sign. Before this, we had the Road was the only option as a weak / medium sharp bowling ball from Storm. Otherwise, you get down to like the Tropical Surges, and usually you don't need those unless you're highly rev dominant. This is going to be a ball that's very usable. It's going to be great for when there's not much oil, great for house shots where there's a burn. A lot of that stuff it's going to be great for. As you can see, pattern length, you wanted, usually medium to shorter is going to be good. Lane condition, transition to burn makes sense. Oil volume, a little lesser because this is going to be a transition / burn bowling ball. But that is ball number 1. It has a fragrance of peppermint patty, which sucks. I'm not a peppermint guy. If you love peppermint, this is going to smell amazing to you. For me, no bueno. But it is getting released in 3 weeks from the announcement date, November 22nd. That means staffers already have the bowling balls. Josh Tajiri already posted something on Instagram about one of the balls we're going to talk about. Go check him out. So that is the Road Warrior, which is basically the High Road Pearl 2.0. Hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm very excited for this one. Let's get into ball number 2. Now we're going over to the Roto Grip side. We have a new Attenion Star. We have the Attenion Star S2, Sequence 2. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you guys can read. Introducing the S2, the electrifying follow-up to the original Attenion Star. In the second sequence of our test, the E-Trax Plus hybrid cover stock was the Star. That is very interesting. First of all, colorway, berry, silver, and black aqua. Really cool colorway. Looks pretty good overall. Fantastic. Their little ball spinner is always kind of cool. Now, first thing we're going to do is complain about the name because Roto Grip likes to put just numbers and letters in their names. Shout out the RSTX1, RSTX2, and RSTX3, the worst named bowling ball of all time, in my opinion, minus Track's old system. But now we just have the Attenion Star S2. So it's just going to probably be the Attenion Star 2 or just S2 is what people will call it, but it's Sequence 2. We got to work on that naming, Roto Grip, but you make great bowling balls, so let's get into some of the specs of it. Ooh, we have red instead of blue font for this. We have AI core as per usual. I don't know if the Attenion Star, let's check it out quick. I don't know if the Attenion Star actually has AI technology. It does. Okay, the Attenion Star does have AI. That makes sense. AI, 2000 grit finish. It is a dusty bowling ball. It is going to be very, very dull. Very interesting for a hybrid. High flare, asymmetrical weight block, and that E-Trax Plus hybrid. Now, all the numbers are identical, just to make sure. Yes, they are identical to the original Attenion Star. We just have E-Trax Pearl Plus on it. Now, like we did for the Road Warrior, let's look that up. E-Trax Plus hybrid cover stock. What do we have? Any bowling balls? Oh, it's the TNT infused cover stock. That is interesting. So we have the Attenion Star, but TNT infused cover stock. That is very, very interesting. The Attenion Star is arguably the best ball of 2024. I would put it at least in top 3. That thing is a house shot annihilator. Everyone loves their Attenion Star. It has a very weak pearl cover stock on it. So being able to have this being able to now have a hybrid cover stock on it, a little bit more sanded, it looks like. It might fall more in the solid track compared to a pearl bowling ball, which would be good, give a little bit of differentiation. The interesting thing is the TNT Infused actually acts more like a pearl than a solid bowling ball. So I'm curious to see where this one truly falls on the list, because the Attenion Star had E-Trax plus Pearl on it. So this is just a hybrid version of that. That should make it smoother and earlier, should be very basic comparison in my opinion. But we will see when more staffers start throwing it. But my guess is that this ball is going to be a really good play off of the XL and off the Attenion Star. So you're going to go XL into an Attenion Star S2 into the OG Attenion Star is going to be the play. But that is this bowling ball. One final thing. Let's go. That's trippy. Wow. Let's check all of their little shape comparisons. So flare potential, super high, pretty strong cover or core. It's not the strongest core you're ever going to see for an asymmetrical, so don't let this fool you. There are much stronger cores, like the Ion Max, if this is where the star is, would be off the edge of the chart. But oh well, ball shape pretty much in the middle. Hook length, mid lane to late. That's going to be interesting because the Attenion Star must be over here in the late then. So they might be closer together than I thought. And then lane condition is pretty much massive from fresh all the way down to transition. So that's kind of funny that lane condition is just pretty much everything. But yes, this thing's going to be really good for a long pattern. It should be okay for a house shot. If the Attenion Star is too squirrely for you, and by squirrely, I mean it's a little too angular or a little too doesn't hook enough when you get it into oil, this is going to be your play off of it. So if you like your Attenion Star, I'd keep track of the S2. This one should be really good, should sell really, really well. Now, we have one final ball to hit. We have the Origin. We have the 900 Global Origin. This is a brand new cover and core combo from 900 Global. They haven't released a ball in a very long time. I believe the last ball they dropped, let's check it to be sure, but I don't think they've dropped one in a hot minute. Harsh Reality Pearl. Oh, Sublime Focus. They did have the Sublime Focus come out, so that was recent-ish. But let's check out the Origin. It is the first in an all-new series that represents the pinnacle of asymmetric performance. Cool. Ellipse AI core. That's good to know. And a brand new RB93 hybrid cover stock. I don't know what that means, but they're kind of basing this off the Barnes family, which is really interesting. Much like the legendary Barnes family, Chris Linda and their son Ryan, the Origin is built on decades of experience and growth designed to dominate on the lanes. Or yeah. So kind of interesting that they dropped the Barnes family in there. Cool, I guess. AI core technology, usual factory finish is going to be Power Edge. So Power Edge is going to be on this ball also. So it's going to be a shiny hybrid bowling ball compared to the Attenion Star, which is a dull hybrid. Make sure to keep that in mind. Hybrid bowling balls either act like a solid or act like a pearl. There's no actual like hybrid motion. It's either a pearl reaction or a solid reaction, dull or shiny. Asymmetrical weight block, Reserve Blend 93 hybrid. We're going to check out what that's been on, but let's look at the core first because this is a brand new core. It is a 248 RG, an 050 differential, and an 020 PSA, mass bias, intermediate diff, whatever you want to use for that. So 248, 050, and 020 means it's going to be strong. It's not the strongest thing in the world. It's close to Black Widow shape. Would be my guess. The Widow has much higher differential, but much lower PSA. But based on these numbers, I would assume it's around that strength level, like an XL even. It's not going to be the top of the top hooking bowling ball, but it's going to be close. They still have the Harsh Reality line. Harsh Reality is going to be the strongest ball that they have. You have the Pearl, which is going to be the strongest Pearl. This might be interesting. I could see this hooking around the same spot as a Harsh Pearl, maybe a little later, but being smoother. That would be my representation right now based on these numbers. But let's get into a little bit of the core. They get a little bit deep in here. Thanks, Storm and Hank and all of you lovely people for getting deep. Single density weight block, top to bottom balance. If you care about this, go read it up. A lot of science and mumbo jumbo. Let's check out. They actually did not talk about the cover. Nope. Did not represent the cover anywhere on here. All right, let's look up the cover on our own then. We're doing our own research. Reserve Blend 93. I bet that is new. Reserve Blend 93 cover stock. We have Reserve Blend 901, which was on the pie, We've never had 93. So this is going to be brand new cover, which is interesting. I have no idea where it's going to land. They don't really talk about it at all, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Yeah, just brand new with revolutionary power edge. We got nothing. We got absolutely nothing for what it's going to do. So we're actually pretty in the dark. Let's go back a little bit to be able to see what these balls do. There we go. High flare potential, medium to high ball shape, hook length, pretty much late, oil volume, heavy, pattern length anywhere, lane condition, usually around transition. So they do want it to be a slightly weaker bowling ball compared to their other ASIMs. That's very interesting. That makes me guess that the Eternity Pi is going to get booted soon, because if we look at the ball chart, 900 Global has Harsh, Pi, Origin, Sublimes, and then hopefully the Exponent stays. They really need some weaker bowling balls here, but that is what the Origin is. Colorway is absolutely gorgeous, this sapphire and sky purple. So whoever came up with the colors at Storm for all three of these bowling balls, bravo, you did an amazing job. This looks beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I have one final thing I want to look into, and that is the price. So we're over on Bowler Smart right now. This should be the price that your pro shop uses when they're selling you a bowling ball. If they're not, you could get it a little bit cheaper in other places, but that's a whole different point. We have the Origin coming in at $200, Road Warrior at $160, and the S2 coming in at $200. Now, is that $200 good? Let's scroll down. The Widow 3.0 is only $160. That's always a fun one. Hitter Pearl, $170. Zigzag, that's on sale right now. Violence on sale. Where are some? Let's go high performance. Bowler Smart's a little bit slow. Apologies. They're usually just a little slow. The Primal Rage is a lot, of course. We know that. Any other ones that are close? Ion Max is only 200. Pure Envy is 195. This is probably the way it looks. Yes, this is going to be the most expensive bowling ball on the market that does not have a Motive logo on it. That's the Origin and the S2. Now, the Road Warrior is a little bit interesting at $160. That's pretty cheap. Not insanely cheap. Like a Scorpion Strike is still like $135 or something, and that's still the best ball on the market for that category. $145, my bad. So 160 isn't bad for a Road Warrior, but it is a High Road Pearl. So that's a very good thing to note. It's going to be interesting to see how these do. Interesting to see these on the lanes. I unfortunately do not have them, but go check out a bunch of reviews. I recommend Josh Tajiri. He is fantastic, puts out some awesome stuff. And I know he already has the bowling balls. Go check him out. I will have reviews coming out in previews very, very soon. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to make some arsenals. I'm going to be doing a ton of research to see what these balls do and how they react. So I'll be talking to some people in bowling who've thrown these or who know a lot about it or who know the inside scoop. So I'll let you guys all know. Make sure to follow here and on all of our other socials so that you get that news first. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Go pre-order any of these if you actually want them. Otherwise, I would recommend waiting a little bit and see what the reactions look like. That's all I got, though. Thanks, guys.